Being a perfectionist is one of the most destructive tendencies you can have. It leads to depression and disappointment. You're never taking risks, you're playing in your safe zone, and you're never making progress. Today, we're going to help you get over that, discussing 6 ways I've used in my life to get over being a perfectionist and start getting things done. Let's start with the first idea, now. Number 1, do something you're bad at. If you're a perfectionist, you likely have a fixed mindset, an all or nothing mentality that says, if I believe I can excel at it, I'll give my full effort. But if not, I'm probably not even going to try. That's why it's a good idea to pick something you know you're bad at, fail at it, and realize it's okay. For example, at a friend's wedding, I know that I'm a bad dancer, but I decided I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna dance to the Macarena, people will probably laugh, I'll be the worst dancer out there, but afterwards, I'll realize it won't kill me, I'll be just fine. And knowing that you don't have to be perfect at everything you do will make it more likely that you try new things in the future. Number 2, nothing speaks like experience. I'm sure you've had times where you put something off because you're lacking confidence. You want to be better at that thing before you do it. I know I did this with public speaking. Coming out of college, I realized I love motivational speaking. I want to start doing it, but I'm terrible. What I'll do is I'll watch a bunch of YouTube videos, I'll read a bunch of books on the art of public speaking. Maybe a couple of years will go by, and then I'll start working on it. My friend, the only problem was I read all those books, I watched all those videos, and then I went up for the first time, and I was terrible. You see, I didn't have any experience. I've made so much more progress making these YouTube videos, going out in front of people and performing than I ever did in a book, than I ever did waiting for the perfect time. Nothing speaks like experience. Number 3, the Pratfall effect. I'm sure if you're a perfectionist, you may be doing it because you want everyone to like you, or you don't want to be rejected by people. But this is the opposite effect when you're perfect. I remember a study where participants listened to people give a speech. The first one did a great job, made almost no mistakes. The second one, you could tell, spilled coffee on him. Afterwards, they filled out a questionnaire on who they liked more. They liked the second person better, the guy who spilled coffee on him. The reason for this is people like people who are human, who are flawed, who make mistakes because it makes them more relatable. Whatever you do in life, you'll never be perfect, and these imperfections make you more likable. Don't be afraid of trying something and failing or making mistakes because it's going to make you more human and more likable. Number 4, let them decide. Maybe there's some creative work you want to do. Maybe it's a painting, maybe it's a book, maybe it's making videos, but you hold back because you don't think it's good enough. I'm here to say that you might be better off just putting it out there and letting people decide. I'll never forget what I heard from John Lennon in the Beatles. He said that he was dissatisfied with every album the Beatles put out. Aren't you glad they just put it out? My friend, I want you to join me in getting in the habit of putting your stuff out there and letting people decide. Whether it's a creative work, asking somebody out, or whatever your dream is, put it out there and let people decide before you reject it. Number 5, something is better than nothing. If you're a perfectionist, you probably want to give 100%, start it and finish it right now, or you don't even want to start it. You'll put it off. I know I did that with public speaking. You see, this club I wanted to go to, Toastmasters, met on Saturday mornings. The only issue was that I worked every other weekend. And my thought was, if I can't go every single Saturday, I really don't see the point. Fortunately, I had a friend point out to me that my logic was flawed. He explained to me that because I couldn't go 100%, I decided to go 0% of the time. But if I just went half the time, that would be 50%. You see, 50% is more than 0. Get in the habit of doing something, even if you can't do 100%, because something is more than nothing. And the last idea, detach from your work. The reason you probably don't try in life is because you might fail, and then that failure will link to your identity as a failure as a person. And that is not true. As people, we are all created equal. Whether you're a billionaire or a homeless person, your self-worth is not affected by your accomplishments or your achievements. That's why I make these videos. Maybe it's not the best thing in the world. Maybe it's not perfect, but I'm not attaching my self-worth to it, and neither should you. And you'll find as you detach from your work, you'll start taking more action, taking more risks, start getting over your perfectionist tendencies, and start getting a lot more things done. My friend, if you've enjoyed this video and you want more like it, subscribe to our channel today. Your Inspired Life. We're giving you all the inspiration, motivation, and necessary information to live your inspired life. Hope you enjoyed this video. Can't wait to see you in the next one.